Well, I may not be doing Vlogmas this year, but I just wanted to acknowledge that because we're in December, we can count it as Christmas time. Here's my tree. There's my Assassin's Creed flag in the background. So yeah. What's up, guys? So today is Spotify Wrapped Day. It's only December 1st. I feel like that's super early. And actually, it may not even tell the whole picture because there's still like 30 days left in 2020. But I went ahead and got my Spotify Wrapped thing. I just want to talk about it. I really enjoy these. I've seen on Twitter they kind of get like a little bit of flack. I actually really enjoy them. I enjoy seeing other people's. So definitely tell me in the comments who your top artists were, what your top songs were, all that information. I want to know it. I want to know your top genre. I want to know all of it. So this is just like an opportunity to talk music. It's kind of funny. In my Wonder Years vlog, which is the only concert vlog I got to make this year, I said this was shaping up to be the best concert year ever for me, which obviously did not quite happen. Did not quite happen. I will say though, and this is a kind of a little bit of a hint, actually some of the information in here will probably give you some hints. The amount of good albums that came out this year is staggering, and I'm gonna have my top 10 albums of the year list out later this month, but it is gonna be so hard to narrow down a top 10 because there have been at least, I think, over 20 that I think deserve a spot in the top 10. But that we'll save that for a different video. So yeah, I have some screenshots. I'm just going to kind of go over some of the numbers that I found interesting and I guess my overall stats for the year. So the first thing I found interesting was I discovered 242 new artists this year. That's almost one new artist a day, and I do try to listen to tons of new music every year just to see what sticks. I find it hard to believe there's 242, but I guess that's taking into account like any artist I ever listened to maybe like one song by and then moved on. But yeah, it still seems like a lot, and obviously most of that didn't stick, but I did find a few new ones this year, and I expanded my fandom on a lot of bands that I've known of for a while. In fact, I can already tell you, and I think I said this in both of them, I made these tier list videos a while back, these pop punk and metalcore tier list videos, and they're both probably so outdated now with where my tastes are at these days. Maybe I'll revisit those, I don't know, but 242 new artists, pretty solid. So sticking with kind of the same general theme here, genres, 209 genres, including 48 new ones. I'm, again, struggling to figure out where that came from. 209 genres seems like way more than I ever listened to. I usually tell people I listen to like, I don't know, maybe 10? So I don't really know where all these genres are coming from or what the 48 new ones were. I wish they would have maybe elaborated on that a little more, but I digress. So again, sticking here with numbers, 834 artists this year. This one isn't super surprising. It feels like a lot, but this is also considering like the stuff I maybe listen to like on my Discover Weekly playlist, you know? I listened to like one song and thought, it's not really for me. So 834 different artists is a lot. I mean, it's more than 2 a day, right? Yeah, more than 2 a day. But the number's a little bit skewed there. So then my top genres of the year. So coming in number 5, metallic hardcore. 4 was rock. 3 was alternative metal. 2 was pop punk, and 1 was metalcore. Now, 3, 4, and 5 is kind of whatever. I knew for a fact that that's what 1 and 2 were going to be, 100%. And I actually thought, I consider my favorite genre to be metalcore, but I actually thought that pop punk may have been number 1 this year just because of how freaking good the new releases have been. There's been really good metalcore ones too, don't get me wrong, but the pop punk releases just, I felt like I was playing them constantly. But I think what it really comes down to in that particular battle is I like more metalcore bands than pop punk bands, but the pop punk bands I really like, I really, really like, and I listen to a ton. But metalcore, there's like a wider scope. So I guess that's probably why it took number 1. And of course, like I said, there were some really good metalcore albums this year as well. So I guess that just leaves top songs and top artists. We'll start with the songs, I think. So here they are. Number 1 was I Surrender by A Day to Remember. This one, I don't know, like, obviously I've known this song for like 7 years. That's Common Courtesy came out in 2013, right? so like 7 years. And I guess for some reason I just really was into it this year. I don't know. I don't know. And it's the same thing with Quicksand. That song's been out for like 9 years, 10 years, something like that. But I just really got into the story so far this year. Was always kind of a casual fan, but this year something just kind of clicked and I was listening to them all the time. So I'm not really surprised. And then with 4 and 5 being 2 songs from the new Neck Deep album, those are my 2 favorite songs from that particular album. And that probably gives you a pretty big hint on my my album of the year. And finally, we have my top artists of 2020. So we've got 5 is Stand Atlantic, 4 The Story So Far, 3 is Neck Deep, 2 Papa Roach, and 1 A Day to Remember. So 1 and 2, no surprise at all, because those are my 2 favorite bands of all time. Number 3, Neck Deep, again, I don't really think is surprising. I feel like it's painfully obvious at this point, but the Neck Deep album, All Distortions Are Intentional, was my favorite album of 2020, so I listened to that so much. I've always been a fan of Neck Deep, and I think they've gotten progressively better, but I still really listen to the old stuff pretty frequently, so I'm not really surprised that they came in at number 3, given the strength of their new album. I think that's also the exact same case with number 5, Stand Atlantic. Again, I like their older material, but I was always more of a casual fan. And I guess something just clicked this year, and then the new album dropped on top of that. I was kind of surprised to see them make it, though. I kind of thought my number 5 was going to be After the Burial. I'm betting they were probably 6. They're my favorite, like, just straight-up heavy band. I listened to them a ton this year, but I guess Stand Atlantic must have edged them out. And then number 4 being The Story So Far, like I said, a band that I've always been more on the casual side of, but this year, it just clicked. It's not even like they released a new album or anything this year. It just randomly happened to click, and that happens with me all the time. So they make it, and I'm definitely not surprised. So anyways, yeah, probably kind of a quick video. Just kind of wanted to get a little conversation going about music. Obviously, the lack of concert vlogs this year has been staggering, and just the lack of videos in general. I'm not really one to force content because this isn't like a job or anything for me. It's a hobby where I just kind of like to document whatever fun things I do. And because there hasn't been a ton of that this year, there hasn't really been a whole lot to film. Obviously, I've done a few things here and there, and I want to give you guys a little bit of content when I can. We have this video, and then we'll have the top 10 albums, and I'm not really sure where to go after that, but hopefully things in 2021 will be a little brighter, a little more fun. It's been a rough year. It's been a rough year, so hopefully it's better for all of us next year, and we can get back to doing the things we love. But anyways, I think that's going to do it from me for today. So thank you guys for checking out this video. Be sure to subscribe for more. I'll see you guys in the next one.